motorcycle you are seeing in today's video is the legendary Honda XR400R, a machine that many riders around the world still respect even years after it first appeared. This bike is known for toughness, simplicity, and real off-road capability. It was never built just to look good in a showroom. Instead, it was built to ride through mud, sand, rocks, mountains, forests, and places where many other motorcycles simply cannot survive. For riders who truly love adventure, the XR400R represents a pure connection between machine and terrain. Welcome to the channel. If you are someone who enjoys motorcycles, powerful vehicles, racing machines, and the future of the automotive world, you are absolutely in the right place. This channel explores everything from legendary dirt bikes and superbikes to powerful modern cars and futuristic vehicles that are changing transportation around the world. Here we don't just look at machines, we explore the story behind them, the engineering, the performance, and the experience of riding or driving them. On this channel, you will see reviews of classic motorcycles that built history, brand new machines that push modern technology, and sometimes even concept vehicles that show us what the future may look like. Some videos will take us into deserts, forests, and mountains with powerful off-road bikes. Other videos will explore luxury sports cars, futuristic electric vehicles, and new automotive innovations. The automotive world is changing very quickly. Electric vehicles are becoming more powerful every year. Battery technology is improving rapidly, allowing cars to travel longer distances with faster charging times. Many companies are investing huge amounts of money into developing cleaner transportation systems and smarter vehicles. Some cars can already drive themselves using advanced sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence. In the future, roads may be filled with vehicles that communicate with each other, reducing accidents and improving traffic flow. Electric sports cars are already faster than many traditional gasoline supercars. Some of them can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. That level of performance was once limited to extremely expensive supercars, but now it is becoming more common. Despite all this futuristic technology, there is something special about mechanical machines that rely on skill, balance, and rider control. Motorcycles, especially off-road motorcycles, offer an experience that technology cannot fully replace. When a rider takes a dirt bike into the wilderness, every movement of the throttle, every shift of body weight, and every turn of the handlebars directly affects the machine. That connection between rider and motorcycle creates a feeling of freedom that is difficult to describe. The XR400R is one of those motorcycles that perfectly represents this spirit. It was designed to perform in the harshest environments while remaining simple enough to repair and maintain almost anywhere. Riders who travel deep into remote trails often choose machines like this because reliability becomes more important than luxury. The heart of the XR400R is its 397cc air-cooled single-cylinder four-stroke engine. This engine became famous for its durability and strong torque. Instead of focusing only on high speed, it focuses on delivering usable power where off-road riders need it the most. When climbing steep hills or crossing rough trails, strong low-end torque helps the bike maintain momentum and control. The 5-speed transmission allows riders to adapt to different terrain conditions. Lower gears provide strong pulling power for technical trails, rocky climbs, and muddy sections. Higher gears allow the bike to move quickly across open desert terrain or wide dirt roads. Another important part of this motorcycle is the suspension system. Off-road riding involves constant impacts from rocks, bumps, and uneven ground. The front forks of the XR400R provide long travel suspension that absorbs these impacts and keeps the front wheel stable. At the rear, Honda's ProLink suspension system helps maintain traction and balance even during aggressive riding. Because of this suspension setup, riders can push the bike through challenging terrain while still maintaining control. When a motorcycle hits a rough section of trail at speed, the suspension works to absorb the shock and keep the tires connected to the ground. The frame of the XR400R was designed with durability and balance in mind. It is strong enough to survive aggressive riding, but light enough to remain agile. This combination gives the bike excellent handling characteristics. Riders can lean the bike into corners, shift their weight during climbs, and maintain balance across rough trails. The body design is simple and practical. There are no unnecessary electronics or luxury features. The slim body panels allow riders to move easily while standing on the foot pegs, which is a common riding position during off-road riding. High ground clearance allows the bike to pass over rocks and obstacles without damaging important components. Knobby off-road tires provide excellent grip on dirt, sand, and mud. These tires dig into loose surfaces and help the rider maintain control even when the terrain becomes slippery. Now imagine a large open desert early in the morning. The sun slowly rises over the horizon, lighting up miles of sand dunes and rough terrain. A temporary racetrack has been created in this harsh environment. Sections of the track are muddy, while others are dry and dusty. Sharp turns, jumps, and steep hills make the course extremely challenging. Around the track, hundreds of spectators are gathering. Some are standing behind barriers, while others are sitting on trucks and small hills to get a better view of the race. Cameras and phones are ready to capture the action. The atmosphere is full of excitement and anticipation. Dozens of riders arrive at the starting area with their dirt bikes. Engines begin to start one after another. The deep rumble of single-cylinder engines echoes across the desert landscape. Dust begins to rise as riders warm up their machines. Several XR400R motorcycles are lined up among the competitors. Their engines idle steadily as the riders check their gloves, helmets, and protective gear. Each rider knows that the race ahead will test both skill and endurance. A race official walks across the starting line making final checks. The riders move their bikes into position. The crowd becomes quieter as everyone waits for the race to begin. Engines rev louder. Riders lean slightly forward over their handlebars. The starting flag rises into the air. For a brief moment, everything feels still. Then the flag drops. Instantly, the track explodes with noise and motion. Dozens of dirt bikes launch forward at the same time. Rear tires spin violently, throwing mud and dirt high into the air. Engines scream as riders accelerate toward the first corner. The pack rushes forward like a storm of machines. Some riders push aggressively to take the lead, while others focus on maintaining control and avoiding collisions. As the group reaches the first turn, riders lean their bikes sharply. Mud sprays outward as tires struggle for grip. One rider slides slightly but quickly recovers. Another rider jumps ahead by taking a tighter line through the corner. Spectators cheer loudly as the racers thunder past the viewing area. Dust clouds rise behind the bikes as they race deeper into the desert course. Farther along the track, the terrain becomes rougher. Large bumps and deep ruts challenge the riders' control. Some riders stand on their foot pegs to absorb the impacts with their legs. Others remain seated while adjusting their balance carefully. An XR400R rider accelerates across a straight section of the track, the engine delivering strong power as the bike moves quickly across the dirt. Another rider attempts to overtake on the outside of a corner, pushing the limits of traction. The race continues through winding sections of the course where the track snakes between dunes and rocky hills. Riders must constantly adapt their speed and line choices to avoid obstacles. At one point, the track climbs a steep, sandy hill. Several riders struggle for traction as their rear tires spin in the loose sand. But one XR400R rider maintains steady throttle control and climbs the hill smoothly, gaining several positions in the race. At the top of the hill, the track drops sharply into a rocky descent. Riders carefully control their speed as they navigate the uneven surface. The race is far from over. The desert track continues for miles, filled with jumps, tight corners, and unpredictable terrain. Every rider must remain focused because one small mistake could end their race. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, the heat of the desert becomes stronger. Engines grow hotter, and riders begin to feel the physical challenge of controlling powerful machines over rough ground. Yet the race continues with intense energy. The sound of engines, the cheers of spectators, and the endless clouds of dust create a scene that feels both chaotic and thrilling. And in the middle of this wild desert race, the XR400R continues to prove why it became such a respected off-road motorcycle, handling the rough terrain with strength, balance, and reliability while pushing forward through one of the toughest races imaginable.